Okay, let's get it. So either your kid is currently in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or you're thinking about putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, in my previous video, I talk about the 6 harsh truths that you need to know when putting your kid into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, these things are going to happen. It's inevitable, right? But what we should probably touch on is what are the positives and the truth about putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Everything doesn't have to be all harsh. But what about we just talk about the positives? My daughter has been in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu since she was 4, been training competitively since she was 6. So I think I have a little bit of experience because I've been through the trenches. So in this video, I'm going to give you the truth as to why you should put your kid in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. My name's Patrick. This is 40 and flowing. Let's go. So the first truth we need to understand is, what does progress actually look like for a child in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? It's not the same as an adult. As an adult, we probably take on things a little faster. As a kid, look, I'm no psychologist or psychiatrist or even a medical doctor that deals with kids, a pediatrician, but kids process things a little slower. So the progress for your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to be agonizingly slow. But what progress does look like is their confidence is going to increase. You're going to notice that they speak a little more confidently. They're going to carry themselves a little more confidently getting into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Some progress points you can also notice are aggression. My daughter was an only child. She really didn't do good with aggression because she was an only child. She didn't have anybody to wrestle around with, any siblings like that. So that took a while for her to learn. But eventually her aggression started getting a little better. She wasn't letting kids grab her or touch her or things like that. She was making a stand. She was making a positive stand to say, hey, Samantha, Billy, whomever, you're not going to touch me. You're not going to grab me. We about to get to it, and I'm going to try my best. So the last truth about what progress looks like is jiu-jitsu progress. That jiu-jitsu skill set, that is probably the last thing that is going to increase in your kid's Brazilian jiu-jitsu journey. Again, it's agonizingly slow, so be prepared. Now, you want to know another truth about putting your kid in Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Hey, some of them are going to like it. That's just the end all be all. And as much as you want them to like it, they just might not. And that's just the facts. But it is up to you, parent, to just continue to take them. They don't like it, so what? They don't know what they like at the time. I mean, they do know what they like, but they don't know what they want to do. So you got to force them to go. So regardless if my daughter likes to go or not, she's still going to go until she leaves this house, because I want her to be prepared when she goes out there into the real world. And she likes it. As long as fun is your number one priority, that is the best tip that I can give you. Make sure they have fun, and some more fun. Let them play with their friends. Let them run around and be silly. Let them do cartwheels. Let them do all those things, because the more fun they have, the more longevity they will have in the self-defense aspect or the sport. Another truth, another positive to putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that I experienced with my daughter, call it win progression. Because my daughter, as an only child, she wanted to win. She got sad when she lost. So as she got older, she didn't really care about winning or losing because of that feeling that she had when she lost. She like calloused her heart to where she doesn't care if she loses or not. So as she continued in jiu-jitsu, her win progression started to come out of the sand, if you will. You know, she started winning at these little games. She started winning at tag and tug of war and things like that. And she actually wanted to win. And then she was winning. She may not be winning in the grappling aspect of jiu-jitsu, but she was trying to win these games. And that helped her in the long run, because now she wants to be a winner. She wants to get this gold medal. As the more she goes, the more she desires to win. And that's a good thing about putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if you put your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, their confidence is going to increase, their aggression is going to increase, their winning mentality is going to increase, and they're going to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I don't think I mentioned that. They're going to be comfortable being uncomfortable, which goes into the confidence aspect. So although we talked about the harsh truths of putting your kids in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, these are the positives of putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I think every parent should have their kid in any combat sports, because they can benefit. So in the comments, let me know if you had your kid in a combat sport and how that fared out for you. What experiences did you have? I'll be interested to know, because these are just my experiences with my kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'll be interested to hear what other people have to say about their kid in any combat sports. Now, if you want to know these harsh truths about putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, these raw and uncut footage as a parent, knowing what's going to happen putting your kid in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we'll talk about that next, and I'll link that video here.